Hello, listeners. Hi, my name is Madhavi, and I'm so happy to have you on UppTalk. You have come to the right place if you want to learn about IT and do really cool things with your hands. We are not just another IT company when I say UppTalk. Think of us as your learning partner dedicated to helping you reach your full potential. We have top notch hands on courses to help you build your business, whether you're new to technology or want to move up in your current job. Let's look around this as our first step towards learning.
I know this is not working anyway. We know that it's hard, won't work, but it will be. When see this one, maybe I'm not sure. Can we use this or over here? I think no, it's not the correct way. We need to use some other way out of it. Basically, you need to convert means date into that particular format that it extracts that 30. First of all, you need to extract the date difference out of it, or basically calculate the difference between the date. Rather, you can use the calculate date difference. When you go to function, search over it date difference. Date difference. Your difference is there. Days between is there. Days between is there. Scroll below today. Go more down. Days between. See, here you can find the difference between the two. You can find the logic that days between, then bracket the date and the order, that ship date and order date. You can then calculate accordingly. But we have only one field ship date only because today's date means I need to take this when I need to use both. No, it will take. Take today's date as offsets, a dynamic one, it will change every time if I change everyone. I mean this way, yes, days between yes and you have to type in 2 days in bracket. Yes, today there's already a bracket. Yes, today and then comma and then the other date. After today, yes, comma. Oh, and use comma only. As for that, yes. Remove the minus and only add the comma. Not 1 second. It's lost. You can maximize the screen and then I don't know how to go. This one is not maximizing. It is not a way. Window is not expanding. Are you clicking on that, maximizing the screen? I did maximize here. Still, I'm not able to expand this. No, I can you? Go to that. Yes, that's email bar where it's all the things. Yes, or that. There's a magnifying glasses there where the email address is there. A website address, or click on it and click reset. Place between today and remove minus and add comma. Now go to the detailed data on that above one. In that detailed data, see if you are able to see that data or not. Yes, yes, on the side. Yes, it's good to save. Just yes, there only above near the find field is there. Yes, yes, that option. Here you can see that whether you are getting anything or not. Now the call field is working. No, it's all about using the field. By doing that, you will be easily able to. That the question is whenever I use it, I have to use the same functions on whatever library available in the functions list. Basically, yes, it's a guide. There won't be anything apartments out of that. It's a syllabus. Basically, there won't be nothing out of it. I was not sure. I was looking all of them. There is no conditional, only logically there. But yes, yes, that's why I had a note as that this is an indicative one and this is not the exhaustive list. I thought that you will confuse. See if I explain in the law, in the words, it might be confusing for you. I thought that may be asking you. That's why I didn't move. Likewise, you saw that it's very easy. And you also saw that you didn't have to add a minus if you open it. That again, that function library, you will see that the function mentions that you need to add a comma. You need to add a comma. Everything is mentioned, how to use it, what to use it that. My question was maybe within a day, within a date. I was not sure about that ship. Data, this is the date. I was little confused, but I don't know and I was not. Should data also is, we can take dynamically and our data also take dynamically. It will take dynamically every time. It's actually made in that way that every day, if you run it, let's say today it is coming under that particular bracket, but it might happen that after a week it might go outdated. It's all in that. Got that's what you expected. Yes, I need to publish after this or now anything else here? No, actually I was expecting the same. The formula is working. I mentioned the end step that it should get published. And as a practice, you can do one thing. You can add a what to say. A discovery board out of it. You can make some discovery board out of it. Using it once, it's all done in the end. It will be also practice for discovery boards as got it. How to discovery board here. Now let's say let's say you need to publish it. From here, now we cannot write yes. Yes, from here we can't do it first. Of all, you need to complete it and once it published, I just done it, then you need to publish it. Once that done, will you ever do it? I can reduce. You find any difficulty in creating, it was easy, it's easy. You mentioned it's only one, basically only worker, both of them are worker. I didn't use multiple. Business updates main purpose was to first of all have a hands on it once. Main purpose is to understand the concept, how to find a call field and how to use it. Once you will be able to do it, then no matter that the complexity is not in merging too many data sets together. See, you just need to find a key, a join key. You created a join and you do can you show me the join as and every transformation Sure, I'll do that. This is the lineage BDS and DDS. Yes, on the DDS. Employee overview, click on it, and DDS employee overview, click and edit transformation. Inputs the IN stage 1 filter you asked me to filter. Is that yes? Go to join and edit. It is first name, last name, last name. First name, last name. Yes, correct. You can also use employee as, but I haven't. I haven't mentioned it, but just on a safer side, I'm just mentioning that you can use employee as basically the more the number of keys, the better it is. That's a key point of join. Join is what to maintain the accuracy of data use as keys as much as possible. First name and last name are the keys. What is the key here? Main purpose of the key is yes, identity matching. It is found in here. It will show that what is matching. See, employee is 100% match. More number of the keys, the better it is. Poor. But we should keep in mind that it should be same in both of them. It shouldn't be different for all of them. All the time it is good to take suggestions or you need to come up with your own. Suggestions are actually helpful. You can first of all take help of the suggestions. But still you need to test it because I have seen, based upon my personal experience, suggestions not every time work in our once in I's favor every time. It's better to not always rely on suggestions means you can take a reference of it, but still you need to test it. Based upon the suggestions, I have one more question I tend of asking. This is 3.0. How to reduce 3 or something? Correct. You need to scroll. You can save it and come out of this particular thing. Scroll more down. On the left side, you will see. And you saved all the development till here. Save. Go to Manage field. Click on Edit. Now scroll down in which you need to do this change. Now there is a setting option in that one only. Near numeric, there is 3 line below. Click on it. Digit after a digit before, digit after denotes that how much digit you want after the decimal. Digit before is fine. You need to just reduce the digit up after yes, you can make it 0 or 1, 2, whatever you came 0 and then and you can see preview. And then you can scroll on the and see that the changes which you have done are as you expected or not is done. Then you are fine and you can save it. Thank you. And now one error is coming and not error, but alert is coming that employee is coming. And now what happened is there are 2 employees in the join. You need to unselect one employee because when we apply a key join, at that time it will select both of them. We can to order repetition. We can avoid it. Yes, you can untick it. Once you untick it and save it, it will automatically go. Oh yes, once you will gain expertise, you will stop using the previews also. You will know that this will reflect in my only yes as a beginner. It's fine to use the preview. It's actually started practice. I wouldn't say not to use. But the more you practice, the more you will know that This thing will work in my tour only. You won't even use that preview. But I was this will, yes, yes, no, no. I was just saying go ahead. No, please say this. When you will build it, you will get your hands on it. You can compare before your assignment. Now you created join, filter, manage field all by your own, all the stages. You built it on your own. This you need to practice it based upon this assignment. But then you can make it more harder by assuming by your own self that I will do this join. I will use this filter. Basically, the main purpose is to have a hands on different styles or using different calculator fields. See, now you have first name and last name together. Now create your requirement for yourself. Only now I want to concrete themselves. I want only a name which should be first name and last name's combination. Now you should make a call field out of it, and you should know that among the functional library which I can use it, which function is more useful for me. Kim here, let's say Kim Slatter is there. You need to combine them. And also while combining, you should keep in mind that there should be space in between them. This what you need to do is you can experiment with all the things, because see, providing scenarios on each and every call field is difficult. You can pick each and every one. You can create your own scenarios and you can start working on it. Got it? Got it? Also, you can see that, see if in join stage, the current performance rating is with decimals because you made those changes in the manage field stage. When you go to manage field stage, it will reflect over there. Even I can edit this BDS also. I can add manage stages there, manage fields there. I can add it. Yes, it happens. It happens. It's good that you brought this topic up. Let's say I created a BDS, I created import, but let's say going ahead, I did some modification to a BDS, or let's say we are deprecating a BDS and we want to create a new one. I can change my import, but importing a new, connecting a new import might also make changes in the rest stage, as I need to adjust the other stages based upon the error. Let's say currently when you go to import, let's say I'm getting 5 fields, 5 columns data I'm getting. But let's say now I deprecated VDS employee performance and now I am using VDS employee performance updated. It's a new one. Let's say it has 10 fields. In join also it will ask me whether to include the rest 5 fields or not. It will give me alert into filter. Also in field it won't give me alert unless any field is removed from it which are being used in the filter. In manage field also, it will give me alert that these 5 fields are not visible. Do you want to me to be visible or not? Got it. Basically, it's if you are connecting your data import with something new. It will show some alert or error. If data is missing, it will show error. And if it's not any missing but additional data, it will show alert that certain things not enabled to see it, if you want to enable it or not. Got one question, Davian. If I want to add, suppose I added a new column here. Does it automatically affect here? Or now we need to combine? We need to do anything for this. Data, the Rev dataset. It's added a couple of fields here. Age is not there or something else. Here is something, these fields are not there. If I modify in this BDS, the BDS might use this data, maybe other data sets also in dataset. It will affect subsequently, or do we need to go on manually and change in this derived data set? You need to manually do that. It won't reflect it by default. You need to do manually. Just let's say if I Let's say you added an employee ID. In that, when you added an employee ID, you get an alert in Manage Free. Go to, I will show you. Go to Join. Oh, yes. And scroll down and go to Detail. Employee Benefit, the secondary pipeline. Yes, now click on Employee ID below in the selection list. Here I am getting another call field because there are two similar names. It will automatically take employee ID too. Now give done. Now here in Manage field you can see any alert is coming. Now you go to the Manage field and go to Edit. You will see an error. Yes. Found in previous days, a new field implied 90 text was found. What will happen? New field is there. Now you scroll down. See, now it is showing that new field is added. You want to see not, and you can see the icon is hidden, means it is not open to see it. It's already there. Do you want to enable in order? By this it will automatically reflect into the remaining, let's say make. I made change. The first or second stage, and that change will automatically flow to the below stages. Oh, and other question, we can order change order in management only the field amount under the column Yes, you can click on it. Let's say here on the Yes, click anywhere. And now three or dots are coming. Now it will ask me click on it. It got unselected. Yes, click on it. Move row. Move first. Or move last. Move row, it will ask. After which field, let's say I want to move it after any particular field, it will move over there or move first and last. It will be completely top or completely down or move row. Let's say I want it after supervise the organization only. And I can mention that after supervise the organization, I think that was also part of the assignment. I moved it. That's the way. I just came here. It took me some time. I was confused. Where should I move? Is it managed field or somewhere? But lately, it took me some time to understand. Also, I was not sure that I want to make sure I'm confirming. Here, from here, only in the managed field, only we can move. We cannot move somewhere else. Views. I was trying to change the order before I didn't create manage field. How do I move? That was confused. Then I managed field and added and all those things. Second vote then. Thanks. Anything else? I mean, I can create this one on the other one. Actually, for the practice, I only had one. I didn't have any ready one. I created this one. As I told you, there is no any particular set of this assignment. If you will do it, then you are all done. The more you do, the better you are. You try to create scenarios for you. Let's say I told you to include first time and last time together. Do it from your own only. It will give you hands and experience for you. I'll do it today. I will just concatenate whatever, how to concatenate, what field I need. You can scroll. You can go through the function library and see which one is more suitable to you, the more suitable function it is. Upon the data available, it will be easy for you to do it. Now you can remove that join. We actually don't want it. I just showed you what example. Purpose. Let's say here the employee came. Likewise, any other field might also come. Not. From there in the secondary library, the BDS employee. How to libraries mean we can go from here only. If you go to any add field, any add call field, when you click on add call field, you will be able to access that function library. You can give done on it. You want to open the function library and you can see add call field is there. You guys for two steps are there. Either you can open existing calculator field or click on add field which is on top of the table, yes, and then open the window to expand it. Dialog box over. Then here you can search concrete or whatever function you want to do for. Concrete is there. Now here you can mention if you want to enter a space also. So let's say here, let's say you do a concrete first name and last name, but it won't have space between them because it won't identify. You remember when we were ingesting the data, we mentioned to remove the white spaces. Yes, yes. Because of that reason, there won't be much white spaces between them. There won't be any white spaces. For that you need to add an artificial. Means artificial space. For that in inverted commas you need to add a space. That's it. When you open, let's say first name, comma, inverted comma of the space and comma and add the last name. It will act as a space. Again, Rita, I will show how to add artificial space. And everything should be in that bracket, only of that. Yes, every formula should if or else it will give an error. First name, comma, first name, and then between the inverted comma, you need to give us space. And then last name. First, I would say try doing without the inverted comma. You will understand how it shows and what is the difference between both of them. You will find the importance of inverted comma. You can try first of all removing the inverted comma and try applying it and see the difference. That what, how much space you should give, that all things you can determine by it. I'll do that. And you're feeling the enteric space is coming. But if you remove that inverted comma from, then it will. You can mention full name over there as a full name. Inverted comma also if you remove it completely. Let's say if you want first name and last name. Also, then it will there see it's coming this inverted comma is just we are adding the space. Anything between inverted comma it will consider as a string or remains as a text it will take as a keys. If you enter 0, 1, 2 anything they will take, but the string is 1 comma other field which one to concrete. It's between that in inverted comma. Let's say you add hyphen as hyphen will come. Got it. Whatever it won't take as a minus because we have mentioned in a inverted comma. It will take as it is. It converts into a string. I'll play around this one more. The more you play around, as I told you, the more you play around, the more you will understand. It's actually very easy. Prism is very easy. The more you will practice, the more you will have a hands on it and on more complex scenarios when you work in your day-to-day work life. Then your skills will be polished more and more. It's not I have created this data set. I personally say that I feel sometimes that I am learning new each and every day because sometimes the scenarios might be very different. It's not scenario, basically not from Prism end, but the complexity of the data which we get makes us use some stage and filters and calculate fields, which we may not touch or we may not utilize on day-to-day basis. One question we are here only if I go to data catalog, let's say I bought here. Once I publish, also still I can able to modify this DDS. Yes. Once you publish a DDS, ideal practice is to create another DDS and just import it. No, add another stage and publish it. Make a copy should be also fine. You can mention that DDS is there, rename it as PDS and remove that copy. P4. PDS and remove that copy. And that API name is also copy from APS copy. And gives description, you can mention whatever you want. That's fine. Now it is suggested that you should publish this one. Whenever you make any changes, you need to publish it again, or make a cycle, or make a schedule of publishing it. Otherwise, it won't be available in publishing for, let's say, discovery board or for report. You can create a schedule of daily, monthly, for early, whatever you want and click submit. This is one time published and schedule is recurring base. Now you will go to the activities and just near the fields. Yes, below where field is written, that field. Correct. Correct. You will be able to see that your process is happening. See, and you will click. Refresh. Yes, click on it in progress. It is in progress. Once it is completed, it will show as completed and how many rows it has published. It will come over here. Let's say here for us the sample data is 20K. When we see we are only able to see maximum 20,000 rows. But when we publish it, if the rows published are in lakhs also, it will mention that this many number of rows we have published. Let's say if it is lakhs or thousands, 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, it will show that this many rows we have published. Sampling, it will show only 20K. Sorry, I didn't got you. Sampling, it will show only 20K. Sampling, it will go show 20K. And when we publish it, will show us that how many actual data it has published. Oh, total number of rows here. That's what you're saying. Let's say whatever million rows are, it may be million rows, but see all 20K. It will. I won't be able to see that. Let's say here. Let's say it has published 10 lakh or 20 lakh means 1 million or 10 or 2 million, 5 million data it got published. But I won't be able to see it. But I will be able to see the number that this much data is already there. Let's say in future, let's say you publish the data set. And let's say in between, let's say you are publishing this on recurring basis. You came to know that I generally have when you publish it. Generally give 5 million, 50 lakhs of data, 50 lakhs of rows are being published daily and sometimes It changes depending on hire and hire. Sometimes get removed, sometimes someone get higher. It's one leg of deviation is there. But let's say there's a sudden drastic change. Let's say it suddenly decreased to 45 lakh, or it suddenly increased to 55 lakh, or let's say 60 lakhs. As by this number, you will be able to know that something is something is fishy over here. We need to check your logic again. That is there any sudden, any change which is resulting into it, or what is the issue? That you can check that. Are there any sudden terminations happening, or sudden hiring is happening, or your logic is not working because you also added a filter condition? Is it? Because if there's a sudden decrease in number, it might be that some filter condition you added. It is resulting into the filtering of too many workers from that list. That is, you will be able to. The main purpose of this activities is to show that thing. And sometimes it also fails as, let's say, on recurring basis. It would put, let's say, here you are using both the reports. There's no issue. But sometimes, let's say, the file is using SFTP. Is wait, it is picking files from somewhere else. Let's say someone has not tapped that file in particular folder. This is recurring. It will go. Let's say it has mentioned that at 8 p.m. you go on this folder, find this file and pick it up and process it. It's 8 and it goes to the folder, and let's say the file is not available. When the file is not available, it will wait for a few seconds. If not, then it will show an error that this particular publish got failed, or this particular thing got failed. The data wasn't loaded. Because the main reason is that file wasn't there. That the file was not there. Data is not there that got. You can refresh it as. You can click on refresh. Yes, it's already published. Here it is 26 rows published, and here you can see the runtime 22 minutes 7 seconds. Runtime is also important. It's I don't know why it took 2 minutes. This one. No, that's fine. It actually happens. It takes 2 minutes one. Sometimes it takes seconds, depending on the complexity of the data. If the data is too complex or the data is too much, it will take. Sometimes it will take 20 minutes as not an issue. But let's say it is time limit. No, there is no time limit as such. It will kept on running. I have seen in my experience that it kept on running 10, 12 hours. But ideally it's not that. Basically, by your experience, you will get to know that this thing should get published within this many minutes. It's mostly all the things get published within an hour, not more than an hour is maximum. No matter what the data is, it get published very quickly. It doesn't take months, less than hour it will take. Hour is too many complexity and all is there. It reaches an hour, that is what I was coming. Let's say here it took 2 minutes and it's a recurring base, it is daily, that it is taking 2 minutes daily plus or minus some more. Seconds will take, let's say 1.5 minutes or 2.5 minutes, that but it is, let's say, suddenly taking 20 minutes, 30 minutes. That means there is some issue why it is taking much long. If it's though there is some issue with the data set or linears or some logic, and the logic was less in the scenario. Yesterday it was working fine, today taking 20 minutes, 2 minutes. Wait to see no, why it is taking 20 minutes. Do we get some kind of stat somewhere? Or you have to debug yourself? No, we have to debug ourselves only. There is no stats available, but sometimes with my experience is that the main reason is that the SEPI file was not available, and because of it, it processes and data, and it is happening that, and from past 1 to 2 months, we in our client organization, also we are facing same issue that 2 to 3 days, it happened in past 2 months that it kept. on running only, or maybe there might be too many processes lined up. Let's say here we are only publishing one per dataset, but let's say there are 10 processes happening. It prioritize, let's say it will complete one, then give priority to, and then it will give priority to you. But for you to show that it is in progress, it's traffic there. If there are too many data sets which are in progress also, it might result into it. But the reason is not clear. It seems that it's an issue from Workday's end, and they're trying to fix it as but it's rarely happens, but this is how it's solved. First of all, the file is not available. That might be the reason. Secondly, is that there are too many data set which are publishing in the background, or too many processes being happening in the background that causes this. If the file is not available, you need to go SAFP and you need to check or no, yes. The person, let's say you are getting a file, let's say from benefit provider, or let's say from other team, you can. They might also have you access of that storage as FTP if they have given you. Then you can log into that and see that folder, that whether their file is available in that folder or not for that particular date. Let's say if it's picking that file on a daily basis, you can check for today's date, that let's say today is 21 October, and is today's file is there or not. It might be dead, that the previous file is dead, but today's file is not there. In that case, you can check by yourself, but let's say in some scenarios there might be no access to that particular folder. You can contact the team that my integration field, and it seems that it is fine from mine. Can you please check on your end that whether you have uploaded a file, or here when we go to worksheet we can add a live data. It will ask me add a live data. But what from where I need to add it? Search for reports or include reports not enabled for worksheet, but my report is enabled for worksheet. DV worker data we have created here. See, it is coming over here. Only DV worker data because we already created it, and when I click it will show me that a sample or details of it. That report type is advanced report. How many columns are there? The data is in there. Then I will come to this is the report. I want it and give next. If my report is not there, I can give in include report for enable for worksheet. You remember we need to click an option that enable for Prism and enable for this worksheet in report. Let me show. If you are not sure, let me close it. I'll show it to you. It will open in the same time. Ready V. And is working a bit fine today. It's a good time for you to practice. When you go to this report over here and go to advanced tab, you will be able to see this option enable for worksheet. If you enable for Prism, you will be able to see this report in the Prism as to act as a data source, means to create a BDS or table. And enable for a worksheet is this option. You need to click, it's a tick mark option. These two options are important for you. This is a Prism and this is for we publish PDS. One of the PDS, maybe can we check it is there, and I'm curious. Let's say I will create a custom report. You have custom report. It will be in custom report and in discovery board as both the places. Let me go to create custom report. I think you created it with the name of let me search here only. It will show my seat. and fly off. I think it got stuck. Continue. PD's Prism, and let me give me your advanced option and unselect it and your PDs. Here you can see it is coming as triangle option. Here you saw. Let me open in detail and read the action. Category Prism. Your description, which you added, it came here as a copy. You can mention that this data set consists of this data and all. It will come as here, and you can see how many fields it has. It will show all the fields which you have mentioned. Here it is very important when you publish it. It is important that in manage field you change the name or give a perfect name. The naming convention you should follow, whatever your organization suggests, that it should be kept first letter capital, then space or underscore, whichever they prefer. Every organization has different naming convention and full form or short forms or whatever it is. And here, and if you see here their data source type, it's Prism. And you can see if I search DDS, DDS won't come. DDS overview, I will search for overview. It won't come by because that dataset DDS is not published, but PDS we have published it. Because of that it is available. That is not enable worksheets. How do I check worksheets? Now we need to go and check the PDs are not for worksheet, basically because these are the data source. It's not a worksheet is only, it pulls the report only. Oh yes, it's getting the data from. Let's say if you created a data set and you created a publisher data set to create a report out of it, and then you can pull that report or file into it. That's why I told you that here. If we go to Drive, you will see the option for reports, not the data set. You see data source is different and report is different. Open. Yes, if I go to this add live data, and here you can see select reports, only reports. Are showing here that DV org data. Let's say you created, which report we created for employee. For performance I created, and DD's employee overview bytes for employee overview. See, it wasn't available previously. Employee performance matters, it was C. If I unclick it, it won't show. Over here, let's say type again performance. It won't show. Why? Because you might not have enabled for worksheet. If I click on it, that include reports not enabled for worksheet. Then it will again load it and it will show me over here. And I click over here. It will show me all the data which is for that particular report. See advanced report, type employee ID, first name, last name, and all this thing. We are that, this is the thing, and give next. Then here we can also, here there's an option to drag and drop. Let's say I don't want all the columns in my sheet. I can grab that. I want only a few only. I can select all which field I want in my worksheet. I can select if I want all of them. This is for drag and drop. And I can also add plus over here for adding it. Let's say I want to select all. I can select all. Here it will show this. And here I want to sort it as, or let's say I sort the column by first name employee. I want to sort by employee. It will be a set, sending order to Z, and then I will give you next, and I can also preview the data. Let's have to preview the data. How my data will look, this is how the previewed. It is, let's say I give here Z12 to a, here it will change this look of. I need to also redo it again. It will process it. It will reverse it. It might not work in the preview as effective. Now it is asking me whether I should use live data or static value. Live data is what? That it will make it. Internet connection to Workday data. You can refresh the content of a live data area on demand. It's a refresh button. It will have all the live data. Let's say if someone got hired and I click refresh, that hire person will come directly. But let's say one of static value. Yes, it's a real time thing. But let's say I want to static only because let's say I'm working with 2 months data and I'm working on a particular formula and I can't afford it to change it very frequently because I know that it will change. I want it static because it will change daily. I will be very confusing for me that yesterday the value was this yesterday. The termination war or basically of that particular person was $7,000 and now it changed to $8,000. Why? It will confuse me, but in the background it might be the case that that person might have I have got promotion or increment. In such scenarios I will use a static value. Then I can give the name of a table, that performance table. Only letters, numbers and periods and underscore. I can't give space. I have to give underscore. Then here highlight live data area. Let's say some columns are getting the live data that, let's say this particular data got refreshed recently. It will highlight me. That I can highlight it or else I can unselect it. Then limit number of rows inserted. Let's say I want only particular number of rows to be inserted. It will ask me how many rows I want. I can unselect. Don't want to limit it, restrict live data editing, refresh to the owners only. If there's a live data I want, I can restrict it, enable multi-instance value as I can add it, then set a source report. It's a global prompts. Do I need to add any prompts? Let's say if there's a prompt when you run the report, it will ask for prompts that worker. Type is what it is, an employee or a contingent worker. Do I want to use the source report prompts or do I want to set it up separately over? In our case, we don't have any prompts available. That's why I'm not able to do it any processing. But let's say if there are prompts, then I can select the prompts over here. Then I give add. Once we add it, all things it will from here by click on it. I can refresh now. Refresh. Now I edit live data. I can do all the changes which I want. Here I can also do the changes. And now let's say I want to do any calculation. Let's say I want to do the sum of this column. All of them. That was the performance rating for this and I give this here. I will. get a sum 2733 for all of them. All of them total implies this 335. It will give sum. Here, the benefit is that in Excel we used to mention the column name E. Here you can in bracket, let's say here it's a sum is there and I want to. In the bracket, let's say I want to mention here and square bracket, let's say performance. I'm selecting this, but you can select this particular table, basically E, but it will show in terms of my columns, not E, let me. Just a second. Here I'm getting this particular listing. But you saw when I give this selection, it will show me that you have selected in formula. It will show me that you have selected this performance rating column. Column. Here by this I won't be able to do a summation very easily in Workday. But in worksheet I will be. A worksheet is also part of Workday, but it's give me access. Features over here, which is very easy for me in Workday. The process is very long and it's very tricky to do it. It's before. Whenever we are using some kind of calculation summation, we need to use workshops. And here all the changes are saved automatically. You don't need to do any changes as and the decimal part also. You told that I don't want to do this decimal part. I can select this and I can add the decimals that I want, 2 decimals after this. Here I can hear it is working. It will add decimals. See, it's adding 1 decimal. I can add 1 more decimal. It will keep on adding decimals. In the Prism, the workaround was very different. Here the workaround is very different. It is for me which is the best approach. For me, it is always upon the requirement, the process, everything is correct. But for you, the most suitable it is, you will go ahead with that one. This is all the worksheet. Please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@therightuptalk.com.